Hi, welcome back to English 110 Online. This week we are going to be taking a look at looking for jobs. What kind of career do you want to pursue? What kind of job do you want to get? And hopefully it'll be related to the degree that you're working on now. I have to tell you just a really short scenario of my life and my job search. I went to UNC Chapel Hill right after I got out of high school. I finished my degree in education with an emphasis in high school English in 4 years, and so I was ready to teach high school English. Except I ended up not doing that. I ended up because of various circumstances, putting off teaching. I did not have a very good experience with my student teaching while I was in school, and it sort of put a little bit of a fear in me of teaching high school students who were not that much younger than I was at the time. So for various reasons, I went off and did other things. And I worked for the university at Chapel Hill in their undergraduate admissions office for a while. I worked for the Employment Security Commission for a while as an employment interviewer. And I went to work for a plumbing supply company. For a while, I went to work at North Carolina Wesleyan College for a while in their admissions office. And then I went to work for my ex-husband at his law firm and worked there what was supposed to be a part-time temporary job turned into a full-time 10.5-year job. So I worked in real property law, handled a lot of loan closings and that sort of thing for him. He gave me, but I liked all the jobs that I've had and all the places that I've worked. I did try to teach for a little bit, a year and a half at Parker Middle School, and I wasn't really crazy about that either. I worked for a year at my church for a Mother's Morning Out. I just worked half a day, 1 day a week, and stayed really sick the rest of the week recovering from all those little kids with their little runny noses and everything. But I loved that. That was a fun year. But I came out here to Nash Community College hoping that they could guide me into a career that I thought I would enjoy. Never mind that I already had a degree that allowed me to teach. I had a teaching certificate, licensure. I had a grade A certificate. And but I didn't want to teach. I was kind of scared of it still. So I took an aptitude test, and every aptitude test that I took said that I should be a teacher. And so no problem, right? You've got a teaching degree, and this is what you should do. But I hadn't found my niche yet. I hadn't found the right spot for me until I became a community college teacher teaching adults. I love what I do here. I have been doing it here for well over 20 years, and it is what I have been wanting to do, waiting to do my whole life. And as I look back over my jobs that I've had over the years, I see that every job that I was in was preparing me in some way to be a community college instructor. And so that's where I am now. Here I am, a professor of English at Nash Community College, and I absolutely love it. So I tell you all that just to tell you that not everybody follows the straight and narrow path into a career. And not everybody finds the career that they want until they've tried 2 or 3 maybe, and then they finally find something that they're very interested in doing. So this week we're going to do a little bit of research. Hopefully you will find out more about the job that you think you want to go into, or the job that you're already in, and hope to make a career of it. And so what we're going to do, we're going to have 3 separate career research assignments, but they sort of all relate to each other. There is a PowerPoint for you to view about job interviews. That's the job interview guide right here. I borrowed this from someone else to use. And I've been using this for a long time. So, but I don't think the information on there ever gets old. It's really pretty good, following the steps from before you go on your interview all the way up to the interview that you take. There's also PowerPoint or slide presentation, Google Slides, for Chapter 8, the job application process. And that hits the highlights of the chapter. And of course, you can read it in addition to that. The graded assignments this week are, first of all, career research number 1. So let's open up that document. And takes it a moment to open, so be patient and wait with me while it's opening. There we go. Okay, so this is exercise 8.3 from your textbook, and it says go to the website for the Department of Labor's Occupational Outlook Handbook. Now that is an actual live link. When you click on that, it has the link here so that you can actually go there. So let's go there and look at it. So I'm looking at the Occupational Outlook Handbook, and so this is what you'll find when you get there. When you get there, you'll go up here to the search engine, which is up in the corner there, and let's put in teacher, because that's my field. So I'm going to put in teacher and click go, and it's going to bring up several options for me here. High school teachers, kindergarten and elementary school teachers, middle school teachers, teacher assistants, preschool teachers, all sorts of things. So let's just say that I wanted to be a kindergarten and elementary school teacher. And then it takes me to a page called Kindergarten and Elementary School Teachers. And then there are various links. It gives you an overview right here, $55,490 per year. And remember that this is based on nationally. We're behind the nation as far as teacher pay here. But anyway, there's valuable information for you there in a little screenshot. And then what do kindergarten elementary teachers do? It gives you a little one-sentence summary, but if you click on that link, it takes you to a page where there's a lot more information. Here's their duties, and of course there are different things within this that you can click on, like special education teachers, if that's something that you're interested in. But a lot more information. Now, if you want to just go back to the summary, you can go back to that. It tells you what kind of work environment there is, how to become a kindergarten teacher, early childhood teacher, the pay, the job outlook, state and area data for us, for North Carolina, similar occupations, and more information, including links to ONET. And so everything that you need for this assignment is right here in this page for whichever career it is that you want to click on, that you want to do your research on. Okay, so let's go back to our assignment. Find our assignment. Here's our coursework assignment. Okay, so you can just click right on that. If you don't want to click on it, you can of course just look for the Department of Labor's Occupational Outlook Handbook. All right, and so what you're going to do is you're going to write a memo that has these headings in the memo. Now remember, the memo format has the 4 headings: to, from, subject, and date. You can make it to me if you want to, from you, of course. The subject would be research, career, whatever it is that you're doing. And then have these headings. So in your introductory summary, under that, write a paragraph telling me why you're writing the memo to me. That's your purpose statement. What the areas of information will be covered. That are the tasks, the work environment, how to become this kind of worker, etc. You can, list those up here in the introductory summary, and and tell me what your source for the information is. In other words, the Occupational Outlook Handbook Online. Then you're going to have a heading, what are the tasks for this job? And then you're going to go to that website that we were just looking at, and you're going to click on what are the tasks for this job, and you're going to put what a worker in that field does. You want to summarize the important parts. If you'd like to copy and paste some of the information, be sure you enclose the copied material in quotation marks. And on page 245 and 246 in your text, they show you how to correctly use quotation marks. I do not mind you using that material directly from that, especially since in your introductory summary you told me that you got the information from there. So it's okay to copy and paste, but be sure you put what you copied and pasted into quotation marks. Same thing. What is the work environment for this job? Click on that link and do the same thing. Summarize it. You can copy and paste, but put it in quotation marks. And for each of these headings that I have here, so I'm not going to read every one of these to you, but you can read them. Okay. And then you're going to have where can a person find more information for this job? I don't know why that is smaller, and I should have made that larger to match my others. I'll do that right now. Okay, so where can I find more information about this job? That would be and I should have capitalized job. Gosh, it's nothing like proofreading while you're talking about it. Anyway, and the same thing. Summarize it or copy and paste and put it in quotation marks. And then a conclusion. Tell me what you thought of what you learned while you were investigating the job. Was there anything surprising? If so, what was it? Do you think it's a job that you are still interested in doing after you've done your research? If it is, then you can simply say, after investigating this career, I still am convinced this is what I want to do for my career. We'll do the same rubric that we usually do with 20% format, 20% organization, 20% content, 20% grammar, 20% mechanics, which includes spelling, punctuation, capitalization, and keyboarding errors. So I tell you where to go to look for this, and you just find the information right there and put it into this memo that you're going to make a Google Doc memo, and then you're going to submit the Google Doc on the Turnitin link for that. All right, so that's part one. And really, especially if you copy and paste, it's not going to take you that long to do that part of the assignment. Here's the Turnitin link where you'll submit that Google Doc when you finish that. The second and third part have to do with finding an actual job in the area that you've done the research for. So it does not have to be local. It can be anywhere that you find the job, and then you're going to share that job ad with the class on the Padlet on the middle page. We've done something on the Padlet before, but here's what you do. Okay, so it says find an actual advertisement for a job opening in the field for which you did the first part of your career search. So maybe I'm going to look for an elementary school teacher. It doesn't have to be the exact job title, but something similar. And use one of the websites mentioned in your text. And these are the ones that your text mentioned: Best Jobs USA, Job Hunt, .org, careerbuilder.com, monster.com, dice.com, simplyhired.com, idealist.com, snagajob.com, indeed.com, and usajobs.gov. Each one of these is a live link, so when you click it, the website URL will come up right there, and you can actually go to that website and look for, on those websites, different search engines require you to do it a little differently, but find a job in your area. It does not have to be something that you feel like you're going to commit to for the rest of your life, or that you would even take, but just find a job in the area that you researched. I'm assuming it's going to be the kind of job you'd like to have. Okay, so when you do that, you are going to copy and paste your job ad information to the Padlet. So on the Padlet, there's a pink circle with a plus on it. You click that. You're going to put your name up there where it says in the title. Just type your name right over title there. And in this area where it says write something, you're going to paste your ad there. I put one in there looking for an online English teacher, and then so you would see what one is going to look like when you do it. All right, so after you've done that, you found your job, you've pasted it on the Padlet. Now you're going to write a business letter applying for that job. You're going to use the information in the job advertisement to inform you about the kind of content to include in your letter. You can review the business letter application letter on page 129 in your textbook. And if you don't have a person's name in the contact information on the job advertisement, just make up a name or address and use that. Or you could address your letter to the Human Resources Director. If you do that, your greeting, your salutation will be, "Dear Human Resources Director." Please do not put "to whom it may concern" or something like that. Or you could just make up, "Mr. John Smith, dear Mr. Smith, colon." And don't forget to put your colon, because on a business letter, we always put a colon, not a comma. Okay, so you're going to do this in a Google Doc, and then you're going to submit your Google Doc on the link on the page for that. So let's go back and take a look at that. There's the Padlet where you're going to post on. See, there's the pink thing where you click that. And then you don't have to actually click that. You can just double click anywhere on the document, but it's easier just to click that. And then you're going to type in your name, and you're going to paste the job ad that you found, and then you're going to write a letter, a business letter, to the person in the ad applying for that letter. So go over the information in your text and in the slideshow presentation about writing a letter of application. And then you're going to, after you have that business letter saved in a document, you're going to post it on this Turnitin link right here. So just to review, a business letter applying for the job here, the actual job ad here, and then in this other Turnitin link, the memo on the career that you researched right here. All of the, you'll have 2 Turnitins and a Padlet. Great to do for this week. Okay. So I hope you enjoy researching it. Next week, we're going to take a look at the job application process and work on a resume and a follow-up letter. And then the week of October 16th through 22nd, we're going to be putting together a job portfolio where you've had time to look at the feedback you've gotten on the resume and some other things, and hopefully get a really good grade for your job portfolio. Okay, so contact me if you need any help. I do not mind helping you at all if you need to come and see me in person. I understand that some of you wanted to be in a face-to-face class, but that class was canceled and you ended up being in the online class. And and it might not be your best fit, but you can always come and talk to me, and I will be glad to help you. I've made appointments with several people already that have come in, and hopefully just talking to me face to face sometimes clears up a lot of stuff for you. So y'all have a great week. If you have any questions, contact me, and I will be glad to help you. Thanks.